Hare Krishna Mataji. So now we are on stream live. So when you're ready, kindly start the Kirtan Mataji, please.
Yeah. Let me see which one this is. One minute. Yeah. I'm not good at this, so you gotta help me. Haribol. No, that's not the one I want to want. Where is it now?
If you want me to share, you can start with Kirtan Mataji. So Kirtan
Okay.
and Mangala.
1 minute. I've lost it now. 1 minute. I just gotta find my thing. I think this is it. Let me see what it says. Save as. Which do I start with the prayers?
With Kirtan, a little bit of Kirtan.
All right. Okay.
And then Mangala prayers, and then the topic, and then finally questions and answers. After that, Nasma.
Okay. I'll do Jai Radha Madha and then I come with Krishna prayers. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. That's it.
Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Guru Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Nashodanandana Rajajanaranjana Yashodanandana Rajajanaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Jaya Girivara Dhari Jaya Girivara Dhari Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna.
Very beautiful Kirtan Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnanatimirandhyasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurmilitam yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam yena bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mayam Dadati Swapadantikam Nana Shastra Vicharanai Kanipina Sadharma Samstapaka Lokanam Hitakanino Tribhuvani Manyo Sharanyakara Radha Krishna Padara Vinda Bhajana Nandiya Namaskara Vande Rupa Sanatana Noraguraga Sri Jivana Gopalaka Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyaga Sri Jivana Gopalaka Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavam Sya Sri Rupam Sragajatam Sahagaja Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabadutam Tam Sabat Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Mevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavasi Pashyatarini Charine Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So today I'm going to continue speaking where I started the last time when I got terribly caught up with my IT problem. And so I didn't get to deliver it properly. Just a little snapshot. So
Would you like
if
to share
that's,
your screen, Mataji?
sorry?
Would you like to share your screen?
Prabhu, I did rough things, so I don't, it's not a PowerPoint.
Okay.
Is you want it still?
It is how you feel comfortable, Mataji.
How do it doesn't say anything here about sharing though.
There is a green share screen button.
I know. Oh, the one that says share. Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. And if you click
Okay.
that one,
Can you see it now?
and then you need to select the application, which one you need to share screen. You need to select screen.
Application window. That's the screen. Yeah.
The screen, yes.
Did you get it?
Yes, we got it. Thank you.
Okay. Haribo. So right. So I specifically chose control. So I did ask you where I could find that. That's okay. So controlling the mind. Welcome to today's topic, controlling the sense from the nectar of instruction, verse 1. It's also known as Sri Upadeshamrita. It was composed by, I'll just move this. Composed by Rupa Goswami and promoted by Srila Prabhupada, who specifically, looked at it and promoted it even further. So that people can, easily access it in a nice form. So I chose this because it's a continuation of my trail. As I said, I think this is the wrong one, Prabhu. I'm not sure. Oh dear. Let me see. Have I got two of them? And this is the one. Right. Okay. So controlling the mind, what does it mean? Okay, is this the one? Yes. So what does Amritam, Upadeshamritam means? It's broken down in two bits. Amritam is, what's happened? Something's gone wrong. There's part of it's missing. Wait a minute. Oh dear. I always have problems with computer. Right. Yeah, here it is. Sorry. Okay, I've got it now. The Sanskrit meaning of Upadeshamritam means Upadesha, meaning instruction or teaching, referring to imparting knowledge or guidance. And Amrita translates to nectar or immortality. It symbolizes something that brings eternal bliss or wisdom. So Upadeshamritam can be understood as the nectar of teachings or immortal instructions. It suggests wisdom or guidance that has lasting value. The word beautifully combines the idea of learning and eternal significance. Nectar of Instruction, Upadeshamritam, by Srila Rupa Goswami, is a key text in the Gaudiya Vaishnavism tradition. This work provides essential guidance for devotees on the path of bhakti, devotional service. Here are some key teachings from the Nectar of Instructions. It actually mentioned, there are 6 areas that it actually talks about what we're about. It's all to do with controlling. So control of the senses, a person who can control the urges of speech, mind, anger, tongue, belly, and genitals is qualified to make disciples all over the world. And it says, if you avoid negative activities, devotional service is spoiled by activities such as overeating, endeavoring, for mundane things, talking unnecessarily about mundane subjects, following rules only for the sake of following them, associating with non-devotees, and being greedy for mundane achievements. So he's telling you about the things that are undesirable, all these 6 things. Favorable principles, 6 principles that ensure success in devotional service include enthusiasm, which Prabhupada had a lot of, and he taught us how to be enthusiastic and committed in and persevere our actions in our service. Confidence, patience, following regulative principles, avoiding non-devotee association, and following in the footsteps of previous acharyas, spiritual teachers. And our relationship, devotees' relationship, it talks about devotees should share love by offering gifts, accepting gifts, revealing your mind in confidence. That is inquiring confidentiality, accepting prasadam, sanctioned food, and offering prasadam. Who do you reveal your mind to? You often have a guru to reveal all your problems and things that you're not sure about. And so you get good teaching from a guru who will show you the path of righteousness and get you to a better position as a devotee. It says about respecting devotees. One should honor devotees who chant the holy name of Krishna, offer obeisances to those who are initiated and worship the deity, and serve advanced devotees who are free from propensity to criticize others. And then there's the transcendental nature. A pure devotee does not identify with the body and should not be judged by material standards. Their body, despite any apparent imperfections, remains pure, much like the waters of the Ganges. So this is the verse we will be addressing today. It's the Nectar of Devotion, chapter 1. The Sanskrit verse goes like this. Vacho vegam manasah krodha vegam jiva vegam udaro pashta vegam etan veganyo vishaheta dhiraha sarvam mipamam prithivim sashishyat vajo vegam manasakroda vegam Jihva vegam udaro pashta vegam etan veganyo vishaheta dhiraha sarvam apimam Pritavim Sasheshyat. The translation goes like this. Oh dear, I've moved it. Sorry, Prabhu. I've lost it now again. Oh dear. Now I got to go up.
Hare Krishna Mataji, sorry for interruption.
Yeah.
The verse you were reading is Nectar of Instruction, right?
Sorry, yeah, instruction. Did I say devotion?
Yeah, and it is
so
also written
sorry.
as NOD.
Nectar of, oh no, it's NOI. I'm so sorry. I'm not good with the computer. It always goes wrong. Sorry. Thank you so much for correcting me there, Mataji. Thank you. Who am I speaking with? Haribol.
Bol, Mataji.
Who
Supriya
am I
Gopi.
speaking?
Supriya Gopi. Mataji.
Oh, I'm Supriya Gopi, sorry.
Oh, thank you, Supriya Gopi. So sorry. I have done this before. Get confused. Yes.
No, I just wanted to.
Nectar of instruction. Thank you. Thank you so much for doing at this early stage. So what does the translation say? It says a sober person who can tolerate the urge to speak, the mind's demands, the actions of anger, and the urges of the tongue, belly, and genitals is qualified to make disciples all over the world. What are the six senses that is addressing? And which is the six qualities also, which I'll be revealing too, is certainly in the Vedic tradition, the concept of senses is quite intricate. Let's explore six senses and their functions. Right, the six senses starts with, it means the knowledge acquiring senses. All of the senses should be used for acquiring knowledge, and it means gyanendriyas. Through the eyes, we see, which is called chakshus, sight, is responsible for visual perception. It allows us to see forms, colors, and shapes. The ears, which we hear with, is called shrotra. Enables us to hear sounds and vibrations from the environment. The nose, which is grana, associated with the sense of smell, it helps us detect various odors. And the tongue, the jivha, governs taste. It allows us to experience different flavors. The skin, which is twak, the sense of touch resides here, and it lets us feel textures, temperature, and pressure. And the sixth sense is the mind. Mind is the Sanskrit word is manas. The mind is fascinating and complex. It's very complex. Hare Krishna, and go up a bit. It's often described as a seat of consciousness, thought, and emotion. It encompasses a range of cognitive processes, and it includes perception, memory, reasoning, and decision making. The mind is the original cause of material bondage. It is followed by many enemies, such as anger, pride, greed, lamentation, illusion, and fear. The best way to control the mind is to engage it always in Krishna consciousness. Savai mana Krishna parara vindayoho. The brief explanation is of the phrase found in several places in the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Savai manaha Krishna padara vindayoho. This Sanskrit verse appears in several sacred scriptures, including the Srimad Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita. Let's break it down. Savai manaha. This translates to indeed. Oh dear. The mind, it refers to a devoted practitioner or a sincere seeker. Krishna Padara Vindayaho. Here Krishna presents Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Padara Vindayaho means lotus feet. So this part signifies meditating on this lotus feet of Lord Krishna. The complete meaning, therefore, Oh, it's not going there. The verse emphasizes that a sincere devotee's mind should be fully observed in contemplating the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Let's explore a few layers of significance. There's the transcendental meditation. By fixing the mind on Krishna lotus feet, one attains the highest form of meditation. It's not merely a mental exercise, but a deep, heartfelt connection with the divine. Liberation and purity. The verse suggests that such meditation leads to liberation, Brahma Bhuta, the freedom from past karma reactions, akalmasam. When the mind is absorbed in Krishna, it transcends material modes and impurities through devotional activities, like devotee engage in various devotional activities through the senses, for example, their tongue, speaking and tasting, and describing Krishna's glory. This is the good side of it, the devotional service. The hands serving the temple, like cleaning, cooking, gardening, etc. The ears listening to Krishna's pastimes. Eyes beholding Krishna's deity form and holy places. Touch associated with Krishna's devotees. Smell engaging the fragrance of tulsi leaves offered to Krishna. Taste, relishing prasadam, food offered to Krishna. Legs, pilgrimage to Krishna's abodes. Head, offering obeisances to Krishna. So the working sense is composed of, is called kamendriyas. It composed of the hands, hasta. It involved in actions like grasping, holding, and manipulating objects. Legs, pada, responsible for movement and locomotion. Mouth, nafak, includes speech and taste. It allows us to communicate and consume food. Anus, payu, associated with excretion and elimination. Genitals, upasta, pertains to procreation and sexual functions. So Arjuna says to Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita 6:34, Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramati balabhadridham tasyaham nigraham manye vayur eva shuduskaram. It translates that the mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate, and very strong, O Krishna. That's Arjuna speaking to Krishna. To subdue it, I think, is more difficult than controlling the wind. This verse offers profound insights into the nature of the mind and the challenges of controlling it. So I'm addressing the mind now, by the way. Sorry, I didn't mention that. So it also says in Bhagavad Gita 6:36, asamyatatmana yogo dushparpa iti me matihi vasyatmana tu yatata sakyo bhavtum upaya. The translation goes like this: for one whose mind is unbridled, self-realization is difficult work. But he whose mind is controlled and who strives by appropriate means is assured of success. That is what Krishna was saying in his opinion. So the mind's obstinacy poses a challenge for everyone, especially those engaged in practical life. So all of us who are working, well, all of us who do work, we always doing some kind of practice. Even though intelligence should direct the mind, it often falls due to the mind's strength. So the Vedic literature compares the mind to a chariot driver intelligence, trying to control wild horses' senses. Yoga aims to regulate the mind. So what we need to look at how we can regulate the mind by following yoga that Krishna's advised Arjuna to follow. But for worldly individuals like Arjuna and perhaps most of us, this is not so easy. It's not an easy task. So the practical approach that is highlighted by Lord Chaitanya it suggests a simple, most easiest and practical way to develop this powerful method is chanting the Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. By engaging the mind fully in Krishna consciousness, we can gradually subdue its restlessness. This practice aligns the mind with the higher purpose, making it a friend rather than an enemy. So Arjuna is talking to Krishna again. The mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate. Have I repeated that? No, I haven't, have I? That's the bridal one. And very strong, O Krishna, to subdue it, I think, is more difficult than controlling. I did, and I'm sorry. So the Bhagavad Gita 6.5 also show you a different way. It says that Krishna is saying, elevate yourself through the power of your mind and not degrade yourself, for the mind can be the friend and also the enemy of the self. It's repeating about you can turn the mind towards you and become friendly with it, or you can turn it to be a poisonous friend. So this is the second quote on that. So it's very strong and a powerful statement. So chanting Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, chanting the Maha Mantra is the easiest way to control the mind. And the mantra helps us focus on Krishna and experience transcendental happiness, which is the highest happiness you could ever find. These are some deep, profound philosophical and spiritual concepts derived from the idea that the mind can be both a source of bondage and liberation. And by engaging the mind in Krishna consciousness is a practice that helps us to overcome negative emotions and achieving a state of clarity, peace, calm, happiness, and bliss. That's the state we would love to get to. And do you think we can achieve that? Of course, we can. It's not easy, but we can. So these senses are crucial for interacting with the world. So how do we do it? So whether through meditation, service, chanting, or the essence is the same. By fixing your mind on Krishna lotus feet, you'll find true fulfillment. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling you that there's a better, easier, and simple way because we struggle so much. He's saying, why not chant Hare Krishna? It is so beautiful. So how do they allow us to perceive, act, and experience life in this world? So in the Vedic literature, controlling the six senses, mind, sight, hearing, touch, taste, and smell is considered crucial for achieving spiritual growth and self-realization. The Vedas and Upanishads emphasize that mastery over these senses leads us to inner peace and liberation, which is moksha. Would you like to receive moksha? It's something that we all want to strive for, and we are trying, but we always find obstacles. So here's some key points to take away from the Vedic text on this topic. Mind, manas, the mind is seen as the most powerful of the senses. Controlling the mind is essential for focusing on spiritual practices and avoiding distractions. Sight, chakshu, the eyes are gateways to the external world. So Vedic texts advise us using our sight to perceive the divine in all things rather than being drawn to material temptations. So hearing, shravana, listening to sacred texts and mantras is a way to purify the mind and soul. Has anybody experienced that in this group? Any of that? Even a touch, a dose of it?
Yes,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji. So hearing the Krishna Katha, it is so purifying.
Absolutely, yes. I agree, Prabhu. Thank you for responding to that. I think it's really wonderful just listening. And that's how I've learned. I've been listening and I never used to listen, so I know how important it is. So where are we hearing? Yes, the Vedas stress the importance of hearing and reciting mantras correctly. Touch, which is sparsha, is a sensory experience through touch, should be controlled to avoid indulgence in physical pleasures, which can distract our spiritual goals. And the taste, which is rasa, moderation in eating and drinking is advised. The Bhagavad Gita, for instance, recommends a balanced diet and nourishes the body through leading to overindulgence. It nourishes the body without leading to overindulgence. So it tells you to eat enough, not too much or not too little. Don't get too indulgent in your eating. So feeding in the mouth can bring you good pleasure as well as cause distress. If you overeat, you become distressful. Smell, which is grana. Sorry, the sense of smell is linked to desires and craving. Controlling this sense helps in maintaining focus on spiritual practice. We are provided. Where am I now? Going back to the little. Oh, I'm going to the wrong way. Okay, we are provided with perfect senses to use happily ever after. So what can go wrong with these senses? Does anybody know what can go wrong?
If they are engaged in the material things, mundane, which is not Krishna consciousness, they will be deviated and entangled in the material world, and we engage. We lose the control on the mind, and then different thoughts will come. They will put us into the miseries.
Absolutely, yes. We end up being miserable. And who likes to be miserable? Anybody here? So what can we do about? Nobody does, do they, Asha? Thank you. So what can we do about it? Understanding our senses, those marvelous tools that connect us to the world. Let's dive deep into the intriguing topic. So what can go wrong with our seemingly perfect senses? According to the Vedic literature, our senses are like finely tuned instruments. They allow us to perceive the world around us, experience pleasure, and navigate life. However, they're not infallible. Just like a car engine can misfire or a smartphone can glitz, our senses can also go askew and lead us astray. And we all are aware of that, aren't we? So one thing it will do is misdirection and cause, well, through illusion, we get misdirected. How can our senses lead us astray? Imagine standing on a hot desert road, and in the distance you see a shimmering oasis. Your eyes tell you it's real, but it's just a mirage. Similarly, our senses sometimes deceive us, creating illusion or misperceptions. We might think something is pleasurable, but it turns out to be harmful. And a good example is the story of, well, we'll come to that afterwards because I want to finish this thing. So being biased and conditioning. Our senses are influenced by our upbringing, culture, and personal existence. Okay, probably you can tell me what's a good example of the story that could misdirect us and we live in illusion and end up with, we misperceive and lose our pleasure and become and feel harmed. What do you think is a good story?
So this is a Jamila story. So once
Yes.
was engaged by his father to bring the kusha grass from the forest. Then as soon as he come across a Sudra or prostitute embracing a man, looking at, so just fall into it, getting attracted, and then contemplating on those things, and after that he went and he married to that prostitute, and then
Yes.
fall down from his position from the devotee level to the lowest abominable things.
Thank you, Prabhu. That's wonderful. Yes, that's the story I was thinking of. Thank you. So, moving on, we are biased and conditioned in this world. So our senses are influenced by our upbringing, culture, and personal experience. They're influenced by that, but we know what is good for us. And in the Krishna conscious way of being, we know what is best for us. So these biases, they color our perception. So how can we do it, get out of it? For instance, if we grow up believing a certain food is delicious, we likely find it tasty, even if objectively it's not that great. Our senses can be like opinionated food critics. So yeah, especially our tongue. Our tongue is the most defiant sense that we possess. Apart from the mind, you can control the mind a little better. But anyway, I don't know. We'll think about it afterwards. So the attachment and aversion. So when we are attached, our senses often drive our desires. Yeah. So we crave pleasure sensations like warm hug or a delicious meal, and avoid unpleasant ones like a cold shower or bitter medicine. But this attachment and aversion can cloud our judgment. We might pursue things like harm us or avoid things like that are beneficial. So we get in a confused state. Who would like to be in a confused state? It's not nice, is it? You can't get out of it. You can't turn the right way. You can't turn the wrong way. You're stuck. So overstimulation can be another problem. In our modern world, our senses are bombarded with stimuli, screens, sounds, scents, taste, texture. Too much input can be overwhelming to us. Think of it as sensory overload. When your inbox is overflowing and your phone won't stop buzzing, our senses can get frazzled too. And that's the world we're living in at the moment, aren't we? Everybody you see, their faces in their phones. And no matter what, how much you try, the whole day never goes without your face in the phone. So ignoring the inner voice, that's what we often do. The inner voice can be very helpful because it's good intuition. Sometimes we ignore our intuition. The subtle whispers from within. Our senses might say, go for that tempting shortcut. It's easy and quick, and you get your fix by it. You get the highest taste for a moment, which is very temporary, obviously. While our inner voice warns, it's a trap. Why do you do it? Stop. It's a trap. Ignoring that inner wisdom can lead to big trouble. Is anyone here could say they've experienced that at any time in their lives? My goodness, we got all pure devotees here, have we? Sorry to say. Yes, we do experience that sometimes, don't we? So Krodha undergo different kinds of mood changes. It's actually greed. I'm addressing greed now. We experience sometimes we find ourselves being more greedy than needing something. Do you find that? And then people around us we notice are very greedy at times, and then we see it more, but we forget that we also get caught in that. So daily experience undergo different kinds of mood changes, fluctuate to fit the variety of contexts faced every day. We go through different energy and being really nice and pleasant, and then suddenly our mood change because of some dislike that we face, and we're not happy. And so how often do we get angry? Can anybody say? I think this is...
Maybe once in a week or something.
Once a week? Oh, you are very good, Prabhu. You practice well. Yes. I would say I get angry more than once a week, but it depends the level of anger, isn't it? How far can you take that anger? Do you take it so far that it destroys your way of thinking and you can't think straight and you're stuck in that sort of confused state? So there is a story about anger, about the story of in Srimad Bhagavatam about Dakshas and Lord Shiva. Daksha versus Lord Shiva, key points of the story of Daksha and Shiva described in the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is Canto 4, Chapter 2. I think that's where it is. And the Bhagavad Purana, Daksha sacrificed Sati's Dakshana's death and Shiva's grief. That's the heading I put. So Daksha, powerful Prajapati, organized a grand sacrifice yagna, but did not invite his son-in-law, Lord Shiva, due to deep-seated grudge. So you see, we carry deep-seated grudge sometimes, and it stops us from functioning well. So Daksha was offended by Shiva's unconventional. Why did he hold this grudge? His daughter was married to him, and Lord Shiva was very unconventional. Everybody knows he's got a lifestyle, and he sometimes don't show total respect to anybody, but he dressed strange, and he has all these funny skulls and everything, and he frequent the graveyards, and he was, looking on disheveled and unclean and all sorts. So because he smeared himself with ashes from the dead bodies, I think people were thinking he's not natural. He's not one of them. So he's different and he's strange. So they avoided him. A lot of people did, and they thought he was strange. Despite this, Shiva's wife Sati decided to go to his father's yajna. She attended the yajna with the hope to have make amends, and so that her husband and her father can become friends again. However, she was deeply humiliated by her father's harsh words against her husband, Shiva, and in her anguish, she immolated herself. You know what that means, don't you, everybody? She set fire to herself and died. Enraged by Sati's death, Shiva unleashed his face form, Virabandra, and destroyed Daksha's sacrifice and punished those who disrespected him. So eventually Daksha was revived. Daksha was killed with this weapon, by the way. And he showed, he actually brought him back to life. And so they reconciled, but Shiva obviously forgave him and brought him back to life. And his wife, after her death, she was reincarnated and she came back as his wife Parvati. Have I got it right, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji, Parvati, yes.
Yes, so she came back as Parvati. And so he remarried, he got his wife eventually as Parvati. So what are the key lessons from these points? The tale emphasizes the destructive power of anger and the importance of forgiveness and redemption, and highlights the eternal bond between Shiva and Parvati through respect and humility. Daksha's anger towards Shiva stemmed from feeling disrespected when Shiva did not stand up to greet him, which was a silly thing, really. Anyway, this highlights the importance of humility and respect in relationships, regardless of one's status or position. Detachment and equanimity. Shiva, despite being cursed and insulted by Daksha, remained calm and detached. This teaches the value of maintaining equanimity and not reacting impulsively to provocation. consequences of ego and pride, Daksha's pride and ego led him downfall, and the tragic events that followed, including the self-immolation of his daughter Sati. This underscores the destructive nature of ego and the importance of humility. Forgiveness and compassion. Despite the conflict, the story ultimately moves towards reconciliation and forgiveness, showing the power of compassion and the importance of resolving conflicts peacefully. These lessons are timeless and can be applied to various aspects of life, encouraging us to cultivate humility, respect, and compassion in our interactions with others. Nectar of Instructions, number 1, chapter 1, and highlights the importance of self-control. But fear not, there's hope. The Vedic text suggests that we can elevate our senses through spiritual practice. By connecting with a higher purpose, we can refine our perception. By having faith and being eager to truly see beyond the material world. We need faith, stradadana. It's like believing in the unseen mechanic. Who can fix the broken car? We must be eager to seek the truth, not just casually asking, can you show me God? So instead of being slave to our senses, we can transcend our senses in good channels. So we can become co-pilots by acting in Krishna consciousness, aligning our actions with the divine. We rise above merely sensory experiences. It's like shifting from silent meditation, which stops undesirable activity, to active, purposeful engagement. And how can we do that? We can do that by acquiring good Krishna conscious knowledge. The Shastras we read and we discuss and we associate with senior devotees, elevated devotees, get initiated, have a guru you can confide in. That's one way, but you don't have to be initiated to be a good person. And acquire knowledge and detach yourself from these bondage. They are like mechanic toolbox. You need both. Knowledge helps you to understand the process, the manual, if you will, and detachment, well, it's like decluttering your mind, let go of distraction, attachment, and misconceptions. Clear the mental clutter, and suddenly the signal comes through. So, dear devotees, let's fine-tune our senses, like tuning a musical instrument. And remember, even if we can't physically see God, we can perceive the divine through our hearts and souls. So, what's the most important thing in our lives? What is available from Krishna that we can't do without? None of us can do without. What is it? What is it we need every day, all day, that we can't do without? Otherwise, we'll be dead lump of flesh. Life, air, isn't it?
Life force, yes,
Can we do without air?
No.
No, we can't do without air, but can we see air?
No.
So you don't need to see God, because you know He's like our life air. He's our everything. So this is it. When we say, oh, do you see God? I need to see God before I believe in Him. It's not necessary. You know, God gives us everything. This doesn't come from nowhere, what we achieve and what we've got, how we survive in the world. God gives us everything. He's everything to us. So we must look to Him and nourish our souls through His teachings. So by the way, how you ever experience a moment when you sense something surprised you? Maybe a sunset that left you breathless, or a piece of mango, or Western chocolate lovers that transported you to another dimension? Who eats chocolates here? Anybody? So can you share some of your sensory adventures? Anybody?
When we eat some snacks, we feel eat more and more and keep going.
Yes, that's right. And you want more. I'm like that with mangoes. I could eat mangoes. And there's that other fruit called what? You call it chico, we call it sapodillas. I just love that one. As a child, I used to really long for sapodillas, and it wasn't that many around where I live, but we used to have to go in the market and buy them. Okay, so here's the beautiful part. Krishna consciousness, directly connected with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, can transform this entire system. When our mind is absorbed in devotion, the senses naturally follow suit. Lust and material desires lose their grip like serpents with broken fangs. So if a serpent has a broken fang, he can't get anywhere, can he? He can't bite you, and so you wouldn't become poisonous. So think about Krishna. So, my friend, let's nurture our minds, sharpen our intellects, and seek that sublime connection with the soul. In doing so, we'll find a higher state of true fulfillment and purpose of life. And remember, even in the chaos of sensory input, there's a serene center, the soul. We're not this body, we're the pure divine soul that never dies. The body will shed and it goes, it gets old and tattered and it goes and we lose it, but the soul never dies. So we are all Krishna's children, and so we qualified for Krishna, to reach Krishna and be in his abode. And that's, and that I didn't finish off the sentence, but that's my little spiel, Prabhu, and everybody.
Very
Hare
beautiful, Mataji.
Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. So this is the nectar of instruction, Upadesha Amrita. It is so nectarine,
Krishna.
Mataji, when you are speaking all these things, and it is very enlightening even for the learned people, all this knowledge that you have collected and putting together.
I'm sorry I didn't get to deliver it the last time, but yeah. It's not me, Prabhu is listening and hearing and putting it together and try and make a speech that makes some sense, I hope. So any questions, feedback, any recommendations, any what shall I say, corrections? I know Mataji was kind enough to correct me, nectar of devotion into nectar instruction. Thank you, Mataji. Is she still there or she's fed
I'm
up?
there, Mataji, I'm there.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, I just, yeah, that was clearly I noticed clearly, so I have to say that. So
Yes, thank you. And this is what we should be doing. Try and correct people in the right way. And otherwise they go and have misconception and carry on making mistakes that are not very appropriate, and we give wrong information. It's not good. That's the worst thing, to give wrong information.
yeah, please don't mistake me, Mataji. So
Not at all, not at all. That's very good. Thank you. You're not.
was nice presentation, Mataji. Very nice. Yeah.
Thank you.
Asha Mataji, you have any questions or comments?
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
It's a very nice class, Mataji. Just went through all the important points that these are the basic things for spiritual advancement. So you really touched that point very nicely, Mataji. because we all have these issues, and then unless we minimize this, spiritual life will not be more appropriate. So you really touched the points very nicely, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you. I only fell on this book. I didn't really look at it before, which should have been one of the first books, because it's only a tiny book, but it's got amazing. It tells all about how we should be.
Yeah, that is what this book is very, very important, Mataji. It
Yes, it's
step by
very
step of
important.
devotional activities.
Yeah.
Last few shlokas, it talks more about the advanced level of a devotee, like more into Radha Kund, how one devotee should live their life. It's really like only like 12 slokas, I think, no?
Yeah.
12 slokas, but then it gives the whole philosophy to us. That's what
Yeah. I so sweet, and I wish I knew about it before. I used to hear about it, but I used to think it was same as Nectar of Devotion, which is a big book and it's a lot more complex
Yeah,
reading. But no, it's a straightforward, easy book, and so
yeah,
sweet and easy to get through,
yeah,
and the Nectar is so rich,
yeah.
Yeah.
Nectar devotion is more about the rasa and bhava, but this is more about
Yeah.
instructions, like how one
How we
should
can
practice
attain.
practicing Vaishnavism, how one should do. It gives more all this information here.
Yeah.
So
Wonderful.
really, it's one of the basic book in Bhakti Shastri. So the Bhakti Shastri course starts with the next of instruction.
All right. Yes, that's true.
So, yeah, this one,
Yeah.
Isha Upanishad, they are all like a small books, but has a lot of
Information.
knowledge that we should know.
Yeah, for good practice.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And if you don't do good practice, what you're doing, is a key highlights what's the most important thing.
Yeah, definitely, Mataji.
Simple, simplicity. It's not like heavy stuff.
Mm.
Mm. Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you for touching the points, Mataji. It's really like a refreshment for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your feedback. It does help me to encouraging, because I'm not good at presenting, as you know.
Nobody is very good, Mataji. So you're just trying to please Krishna and Guru. We'll see how much we can success with that.
Representing the Shastras. I always, find it a bit difficult. But anyway, unless you do it, you don't know.
Yeah.
Gaurangi Mataji, hello, Haribol.
Hare Krishna Mataji,
Hare
long
Krishna.
time, yeah Mataji. We couldn't hear your voice today. I hear your voice so nice, Mataji. You have to come in chanting time, Mataji, morning time.
Haribol.
Yes, we are waiting for your voice, Mataji. Your japa.
Yes.
I've been going for morning walks and chant on
Okay.
my own because of time, and I do a quick one before I go to work. So yeah, and it's good for me for my throat, you see, Prabhu, and that's why I had to find a way to help, because I feel embarrassed with joining you guys and making all those unpleasant noises and things.
No, Mataji, never
I
felt.
couldn't
But
speak at
Mataji,
my
now your voice is good.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, very
I
beautiful.
feel that your presentation is a very nice, Mataji. You're going on, and then it's nice, Mataji, very nice. Then that you're talking about the book, little book. That one is a very, very deep one, Mataji.
It's a deep,
Someone I did, yeah.
Yes. And Mataji, you're such a kind person to me. You're always saying the best things to me, but you underestimate yourself. You're very good. And we both got a soft heart for each other,
Thank you,
as you
Mataji.
know. And we all
I'm
do.
not like that, Mataji. That's your kind, Mataji. Thank you.
You're good. You've done so well. Oh my God. The encouragement that we have in this group is amazing. People have moved on so much and they're still holding on there and doing things. That is wonderful.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So just one point, Mataji. So
Yes,
just
please.
with regards to the Daksha's yajna. So there, Daksha, he speak a number of points with regards to Lord Shiva, and then he leaves. But Lord Shiva, he is always in the meditation. Um, and then later on, once he curses Lord Shiva, that uh, Nandi, he reciprocates the curse of Daksha, and then he curses Daksha and all the Brahmanas who supported him and all the followers of Daksha. All the followers of Daksha are the karma yogis, or who are engaging in the materialistic life.
Ah,
And then further, Bhrigu Maharshi, he curses followers of Shiva and the devotees of Shiva. So they will be like a non-Vedic way, they will follow such kind of things. And he curses many of those things. So here, the curses and curses, there are so many curses are going on. It is big because of just the Daksha Prajapati. He did not like Lord Shiva because he is a materialistic person. Though he is to perform all the yajnas, and though he is the son of Brahma, but still he has got some kind of grudge, as you mentioned, towards Lord Shiva because of his lifestyle.
mm,
And here in the later on, Brahma, after Daksha Yajna was destroyed by Veerbhadra, and then Lord Shiva is in bit angry mood because Sati Devi was um, she was burnt to the ashes by herself, and then so Daksha Yajna was destroyed by Lord Shiva. So later on, Brahma comes to Lord Shiva. At the time, Lord Shiva is in complete peaceful. So at the time, he mentions two statements. When these materialistic people, they are pradagdeha karma drusho durasayaha paroda yenarpita hrudrujo anisham paramdhruptaihi vidhunti arundhada tan ma avadit daivadan bhavedvidaha. So materialistic people, they engage in the some kind of sense gratification. Durasayaha, they are unlawful desires. Paroda yenarpita hrudrujo anisham, they cannot tolerate someone is having any opulences or any wealth, something like that. They cannot tolerate, and they use param duruktehi vidhunti arundhada, and they use the harsh words towards them. They are just like arrows directly going into the heart. Such kind of words they use. So even though such kind of people are speaking, a devotee who is a learned person, they should not reciprocate or counteract. Tan ma avadit daivadan bhavidvitaha. They're already by their words, harsh words, daivavadan. They're already going to be punished by the divine arrangement. So
mm,
Tan Mavadit, whoever is the learned person, they cannot counteract such kind of people. Bhavadvita, just like a Lord Shiva, Brahma says to Lord Shiva these statements. By the time Lord Shiva has destroyed all these things, and later on, Lord Shiva says that I do not care about these children's, these people. They have Prajesh Balanam. They are just acted like a children. I do not worry about any of those things. I have done it only to give them a lesson. So that Shiva says to Brahma Deva later on. But this Brahma statement, if someone is saying some harsh words to us as a devotee, we do not reciprocate. We simply be quiet and remember only the Lord. By their words, Daivadan, they have been already destroyed by their own words. So this Brahma says, just I wanted to share. So controlling the senses, it is very, very important.
mm. Yeah. But because he also was married to his daughter, I suppose, you have in-laws, and because he was materialistic.
Yeah.
But Shiva wasn't all of the demigods. He wasn't materialistic, was he?
Shiva is Lord Shiva. He mentions to Sati Devi that Sati Devi um, asking that I wanted to go to my father's sacrifice. At the time, O Sati Devi, Pratyudguma Prashanava Abhivadanam Vidayate Sadhu Mitaha Sumadhyame. O Sati Devi, I know to respect these people. Whenever the elder people comes and then standing up in front of them to give respect, I know all these things. Pratyadghama prashavanam abhivadanam vidayate sadhu mitah sumadhyame. Vidayate sadhu, I know all those things. O Sati Devi, pranyai parasmai purushaya chedasa guhasayaiva nadeha manine. But when I was in the meditation closing and remembering the Lord, the Supreme Personality of God, and offering my obeisances in my meditation. Guhasaiva na dehamanine. That is the only thing we have to do it, but not to the materialistic bodies. And then he says, Sattum Vishuddham Vasudev Sabjitam Yadete Tatra Puman Apavritaha Satveji Tasmin Bhagavan Vasudevo Hedokchayo Me Namasa Vidhiyate. So I was offering my obeisances to the Lord in my meditation. Namasa vidhiyate, he was offering. So that is already sufficient. It has fulfilled. But Daksha, even though Lord Shiva is innocent, Daksha took it as an offense.
Yeah.
So that statement mentioned by Shiva that I'm innocent, but still Daksha, he is kind of pride, and still he has insulted me and spoke so many words. So Sati Devi, so you cannot, if you go there, because you have got association with me as a husband. So if you go there, you may not get the enough respect, even though it is the family members. Even though your father likes you so much, but because you have got association with me, you do not get enough respect from your father. And for a respectable person, a disrespect is kind of equivalent to the death.
Yeah. And even when you have a yajna, you shouldn't discriminate who you call or not call. Yajnas are yajnas, isn't it? I'm not sure.
It is yajna.
So it could be you're doing a yajna. It's not because you're looking for good association, are you? I'm not sure.
So yajnas are performed to please Vishnu.
Yeah.
That is the purpose. And also here, Daksha did not invite Lord Shiva. It is called Nirishwara Yajna. Without Shiva, and he is performing. So such kind of yajnas are called in the mode of ignorance.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Sridhar Prabhu, thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much, Mataji. So it is a very good lesson. So if we do not control our mind, and if we do not control our tongue, we speak so many other things. We think in different ways. So keep always mind in the Krishna consciousness. For that, Shrunutasradhayanityam Gurunatasya Tvachesitam Kalena Natdirghena Bhagavan Vishite Hridi Pradishtah Karnarendrena Swanam Bhavasururuham Dhunoti Shamalam Krishnaha Saralasya Yatasharat. So when keep hearing, and Krishna will come into our heart, and then he will remove all kinds of dirt from our heart. So what we need to do, simply engage in hearing Krishna Katha and engaging ourselves in the devotional services. So these are very beautiful points, Mataji, and well presented all this nectar of instruction. Really should have from this one.
Prabhu, I miss your Sanskrit verse. You quote all the time, so off your head. Head is so quick and easy and meaningful. I wish I could understand it all, but I'm learning little bit.
Yes, Mataji. So you're already in it, Mataji. You're always Maya Arpita Ashesha. You are on the top level, Mataji. So there is क्रिया
Yeah,
आत्मा निरन्तरः मयि
yeah.
अर्पितात्मनः पुंसो मयि सन्न्यस्तकर्मणः न पश्यामि परं भूतम् अकर्तुः समदर्शिनान्. Kapil Bhagwan says that there is no person who is always engaging in the Krishna's devotional service. There is no person greater than him. He's the topmost.
Wow.
All his activities, he Kriya Ardha Atma Nirantaraha, all his activities, his mind, intelligence, his money, everything, and he has offered to me. So like you are always in the temple and serving there. Napasyami param bhutam akattuho samadarshana. I do not see any person equivalent to my devotee like that.
Oh, that's so sweet, but it's not true. I only a mere drop in the ocean.
Yeah, that is the devotee's humbleness, Mataji. But yeah, this is the Lord's statement.
Yeah, it's good. Yes, it's good to hear these statements. It's lovely. You're striving to do your best, you know, it's good. How much you can do. I went to the Srida Prabhu, did he tell you that we went to his
Yes, yes, Mataji. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was a big, long journey, and I suffered for it the next day, my leg. But I promised Mataji that I will drive, and I did. And I knew it was a hard, long journey, but I did it. It was, and then the sun was so sharp in our eyes. Oh my goodness, we couldn't see, you know, in the narrow little lane because we went in the countryside to begin with. Then we came back motorway. But we did, and it was really nice to meet his mentor. Yeah, and then I went to Brighton, Ratha Yatra, and I met Mampi Mataji there, and another Mataji from the Sangha, a couple of them from our Sangha. It was nice, really nice. Brighton Ratha Yatra is the best if you can make it 1 year. It's so nice, plenty of room, lovely, lovely, lovely singing and chanting, and the procession is so beautiful because it's where it is and the space, you know, it's so nice. And every public member that was around, they joined. It was prasadam before and prasadam after, and the public were lushing it up. It's so nice. And
Yes.
lots of devotees from London and Mana came as well. It was so beautiful.
Yeah.
And our Guru disciple, you see, I am busy, Prabhu, with the Guru disciple group as well. So we meet once a month, and they were meant to come to my house this weekend, and I have to clean up and get it all ready as well. You know, when people come, how you're busy. You should be clean all the time. We don't clean so much for Krishna like we do for when people come around. It's not right, is it? We honestly, it's like everybody does it.
Yes, Mataji, yeah.
And then I'm cleaning and I'm making this and it. Anyway, so this time they want to honor our guru because it is his guru's birthday soon. So we're going to one of the Ratha Yatra, the seaside one instead. The second time they were meant to come to me and it's cancelled, but they come again next time.
Yes.
So all that effort. No, it's
Yeah.
good to have it clean. It's for Krishna, isn't it?
For Krishna, yes, it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much, Mataji.
So when you're not gonna be coming to the Mana soon, are you, Prabhu?
I don't know Mataji yet, so maybe I decide to come there.
Try and come next Janamashmi.
Yeah, next year. Yes, Mataji, sure.
They're gonna have my guru's puja is gonna come up soon. Well, so I think they're doing Pushpanjali then. I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
So, yeah. Anyway, and also what else? Yeah, there's always something come every week. We have something. We had Radhashmi recently as well. And then Vamana Dev, and then this other, what's his name, Acharya?
Bhaktivinoda Thakur.
Yeah, Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Oh my goodness, I'm going to learn all the 6 Goswamis and the 5 Panchatattvas. Yeah, Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you very much for your encouragement. And thank you, Gaurangi Mataji, Asha Mataji. Have a wonderful week ahead.
Thank
Krishna
you.
Conscious Week.
Okay.
I had to go to a conference today. It was a big, you know, it's more tiring to go to conference than it is to go to work.
Yeah.
Actually, it is so tiring, yeah. But anyway, I had to get the bus back home. It's like, but it's nice to get the bus, you know, it's so nice to be ordinary and not rush for cars and things. Cars are real trouble and money-making thing. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I just sat in the bus and it brought me home. It was so nice. I had 2 buses, but it was good. And no worries, no traffic to worry about. It's a bit longer, but it doesn't matter. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I did all my, I finished all my chanting as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was lovely. How's your studies going, Prabhu?
Yeah, it is well, Mataji.
Oh, good.
I'm
Yeah.
going to say.
It's not a good place to talk anyway.
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay, Mataji, so we are 9:30. So
Yeah.
now, if you
Oh,
are,
yeah. Now we got to sing Narsimha.
yes.
Shall I?
Yes, Mataji.
Oh, Gaurangi Mataji, you want to do it? Or Asha Mataji?
Mataji, if you want, you can do Mataji. We are follow with you, Mataji.
We can follow
Yeah.
you.
I'm not good at it. All
Asa
right.
Mataji will follow you, Mataji.
Okay.
She is so nice.
Namaste Narasingaya.
Namaste Narasingaya.
Namaste Narasingaya.
Namaste Narasingaya.
Prahaladaladaine.
Prakaladaladaine.
Hiranyakashipurvakshaha.
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 Yato yato yanitato Nrsimha. No, Bahena Simho, Hirdaye Nrsimho.
Bahir Narasimho, Hridaye Narasimho.
Bahena Simho, Hirdaye Nrsimho.
Bahir Narasimho, Hridaye Narasimho.
Nrsimhavadim Sharanam Prapade.
Narasimhamadim Saranam Prabhate.
I missed one, haven't I?
Yes, Mataji, the
Yato
Siladangana
yato.
Kala.
You don't know.
Siladangana Kala.
Shilatankala kalaye.
Siladangana Kala.
Yato Nrsimho Parato Nrsimho.
Ido Narasimha Parado Narasimha
Narsimhavadim Sharanam Prapade. See, I forgot it.
Narasimha Madim Charanam Prabhati
Tavakara Kamalamare Naka Adbhuta Simha Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Keshavadrita Narhari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare
Tavakara Kamalavare Nakam Atpuda Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringam Keshavadrida Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisa Hare Jai Jagadisa Hare Jai Jagadisa Hare
Narsimhadev 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 Jaya Narsimhadev
Narasimhadev 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 Jaya Narasimhadev
Jaya Narsimhadev 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 Jaya Narsimhadev
Jaya Narasimhadev 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 Jaya Narasimhadev
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada
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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev
Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev
Jai Jai Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol
Nittai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nittai Gaura Hari Bol
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol
Nittai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nittai Gaura Hari Bol
Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai
Oh no, Narasimha Bhagwan ki
Jai.
Prahlad Maharaj ki
Jai.
Jai
Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Jai
Hari Hari Bol
Hari Hari Bol.
Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari.
Gaur Premanande Hari Hari
Nice, Mataji.
Very beautiful.
Thank you.
Krishna
Thank you so much, Mataji. Very nice Kirtan and nice presentation. It is beautiful to have Sangha with you, Mataji.
Hari Bol. I'll try and come again, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hari Bol. I might come to your bhajan evening when you have. Is it Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday.
Wednesday
Wednesday.
Kirtans.
Kirtan. You say bhajan, Kirtan.
Yes.
Yes, tomorrow, Mataji.
It's tomorrow. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Hari Bol. That's right, yeah.
Okay, Mataji. So we are 40 minutes past 9 o'clock. If you're all happy, we shall conclude our session.
Yes, thank you.
Hare
Vanchikalpatarubhyasya kripa
Ivacha
Pachitanam
patitanam pavanebhyo
pavanebhyo
vaisnavebhyo
vaishnavebhyo
namo namah.
and
Takoti
Vaishnavendra
ki
ki
jai.
Yeah.
ki
Jai. Hari Bol.
Hare Hare.
Hari Hari Bol.
Asha Mataji, do I know you? Can you
Yes,
put your